Hey guys, Park Captain Dark here, and I'm bringing you a new Let's Play, Stanley Parable. I know nothing about this game, but the fact that I can see my screen on the computer screen and it just keeps going, that's probably not a good indication of what this game is about. Or maybe it is. I don't know. Let's find out.
This is the story of a man named Stanley. Stanley worked for a company in a big building where he was employee number 427. Employee number 427's job was simple. He sat at his desk in room 427 and he pushed buttons on a keyboard. Orders came to him through a monitor on his desk, telling him what buttons to push, how long to push them, and in what order. This is what employee 427 did every day of every month of every year. And although others might have considered it soul-rending, Stanley relished every moment that the orders came in, as though he had been made exactly for this job. And Stanley was happy. And then one day, something very peculiar happened. Something that would forever change Stanley. Something he would never quite forget. He had been at his desk for nearly an hour when he realized that not one single order had arrived on the monitor for him to follow. No one had showed up to give him instructions, call a meeting, or even say hi. Never in all his years at the company had this happened, this complete isolation. Something was very clearly wrong. Shocked, frozen solid, Stanley found himself unable to move for the longest time. But as he came to his wits and regained his senses, he got up from his desk and stepped out of his office.
This is really creepy. Where am I
All
supposed
of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
I don't want to go to the meeting room. I just want to explore. Wait a minute. Am I going in circles? I hate Mondays.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left. This was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it.
Yeah.
Yes, truly a room worth admiring. It had really been worth the detour after all, just to spend a few moments here in this immaculate, beautifully constructed room. Stanley simply stood here, drinking it all in. But eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left. Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago.
Where am I? Where is this going? That seems unsafe. Let's not go this way. Huh. Let's go back. Nope. Guess we have to go this way. Penalty for misuse. For jumping out of the car.
Look, Stanley, I think perhaps we've gotten off on the wrong foot here. I'm not your enemy, really, I'm not. I realize that investing your trust in someone else can be difficult, but the fact is that the story has been about nothing but you all this time. There's someone you've been neglecting, Stanley. Someone you've forgotten about. Please, stop trying to make every decision by yourself. Now, I'm not asking for me, I'm asking for her.
Who?
This is it, Stanley. Your chance to redeem yourself. To put your work aside. To let her back into your life. She's been waiting.
Yeah, this is really creepy. Why is there...
That's her, Stanley. You need to be the one to do this. To reach out to her.
Who?
If you can truly place your faith in another, then pick up the phone.
Oh, Stanley, is that you? Hold on, sweetie. Sorry to keep you waiting. I'm just pulling the bread out of the oven. All right. Okay, there we go. All right, now, I want you to come in and tell me all about your day.
Gotcha. Oh, come on. Did you actually think you had a loving wife who'd want to commit their life to you?
Yeah?
I'm trying to make a point here, Stanley. I'm trying to get you to see something. Come inside. Let me show you what's really going on here.
Okay. Are you able...
This is a very sad story about the death of a man named Stanley.
Oh, what?
Stanley is quite a boring fellow. He has a job that demands nothing of him, and every button that he pushes is a reminder of the inconsequential nature of his existence.
Marijuana.
Look at him there, pushing buttons, doing exactly what he's told to do. Now he's pushing a button. Now he's eating lunch. Now he's going home. Now he's coming back to work. One might even feel sorry for him, except that he's chosen this life. But in his mind, he can go on fantastic adventures. From behind his desk, Stanley dreamed of wild expeditions into the unknown, fantastic discoveries of new lands.
Right.
It was wonderful. And each day that he returned to work was a reminder that none of it would ever happen to him.
Uh-huh.
And so he began to fantasize about his own job. First, he imagined that one day while at work, he stepped up from his desk to realize that all of his co-workers, his boss, everyone in the building had suddenly vanished off the face of the earth. The thought excited him terribly. So he went further. He imagined that he came to 2 open doors and that he could go through either. At last, choice. It barely even mattered what lay behind each door. The mere thought that his decisions would mean something was almost too wonderful to behold.
Guess.
As he wandered through this fantasy world, he began to fill it with many possible paths and destinations. Down one path lay an enormous round room with monitors and mind controls. And down another was a yellow line that weaved in many directions. And down another was a game with a baby. And he called it the Stanley Parable. It was such a wonderful fantasy, and so in his head he relived it again, and then again, and again, over and over, wishing beyond hope that it would never end, that he might always feel this free. Surely there's an answer down some new path, mustn't there be? Perhaps if he played just one more time. But there is no answer. How could there possibly be? In reality, all he's doing is pushing the same buttons he always has. Nothing has changed. The longer he spends here, the more invested he gets, the more he forgets which life is the real one. And I'm trying to tell him this, that in this world he can never be anything but an observer, that as long as he remains here, he's slowly killing himself. But he won't listen to me. He won't stop. Here, watch this. Stanley, the next time the screen asks you to push a button, do not do it.
What if I press the wrong button? So I was actually waiting not to do it. Fine.
You see? Can he just not hear me? How can I tell him in a way that he'll understand that every second he remains here, he's electing to kill himself? How can I get him to see what I see? How can I make him look at himself? I suppose I can't, not in the way I want him to. But I don't make the rules. I simply play to my intended purpose, the same as Stanley. We're not so different, I suppose. I'll try once more to convey all this to him. I'm compelled to. I must. Perhaps, well, maybe this time he'll see.
I won't.
Maybe this time. And I tried again.
What?
And Stanley pushed a button. And I tried again. And Stanley pushed a button. And I
Why did my screen go black? Oh, come on!
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo. When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Fine, we'll do what you want.
Yet there was not a single person here either.
Talk less.
Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might find an answer there.
Let it ball up inside you. Take it out. Pass on I love it. Using slides to assure employees that everything is here. Everyone is you most of all. Profits. Number of slides on the slides, charts and slides. By quarterly post review, we need. Oh my god. To do synergized score values. Stop. The boss appreciation minute. On your boss appreciation worksheet, circle the top 20 things you love most about your boss. Fill out to try to look at and return to your boss appreciation. Okay, we're gonna keep going. I love that though. I wish I could stay there forever. That's a broom closet.
Stanley stepped into the broom closet, but there was nothing here, so he turned around and got back on track. Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
What happens if you keep walking downstairs? That's scary. I'm gonna go upstairs. This is up. Okay, I guess not. Wow, this is just as scary. Where's the boss? That's not it. I have a feeling I'm supposed to go this way.
Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. Shocked, unraveled, Stanley wondered in disbelief who orchestrated this. What dark secret was being held from him? What he could not have known was that the keypad behind the boss's desk guarded the terrible truth that his boss had been keeping from him. and so the boss had assigned it an extra secret PIN number, 2845. But of course, Stanley couldn't possibly have known this. Yet incredibly, by simply pushing random buttons on the keypad, Stanley happened to input the correct code by sheer luck. Amazing. He stepped into the newly opened passageway.
Where am I going? What is this game? No. Don't. Please.
Descending deeper into the building, Stanley realized he felt a bit peculiar. It was a stirring of emotion in his chest, as though he felt more free to think for himself, to question the nature of his job. Why did he feel this now, when for years it had never occurred to him? This question would not go unanswered for long.
Why is it so dark? Is this a horror
Stanley
game?
walked straight ahead through the large door that read Mind Control Facility.
I think I should escape.
Although this passageway had the word escape written on it, the truth was that at the end of this hall, Stanley would meet his violent death.
No, it won't. That's a lie. You just say that because...
The door behind him was not shut. Stanley still had every opportunity to turn around and get back on track.
No, this is escape.
At this point, Stanley was making a conscious, concerted effort to walk forward and willingly confront his death.
From what? What is that? Okay, you know what? Whatever. Oh, shit. Are you kidding me? Wait. Aha!
As the machine whirred into motion and Stanley was inched closer and closer to his demise,
No!
he reflected that his life had been of no consequence whatsoever. Stanley can't see the bigger picture. He doesn't know the real story, trapped forever in his narrow vision of what this world is. Perhaps his death was of no great loss, like plucking the eyeballs from a blind man. So he resigned and willingly accepted this violent end to his brief and shallow life. Farewell, Stanley.
Stop.
"Farewell, Stanley," cried the narrator, as Stanley was led helplessly into the enormous metal jaws. In a single visceral instant, Stanley was obliterated as the machine crushed every bone in his body, killing him instantly.
Ah. Hey, what?
And yet it would be just a few minutes before Stanley would restart the game, back in his office, as
What?
alive as ever. What exactly did the narrator think he was going to accomplish? When every path you can walk has been created for you long in advance, death becomes meaningless, making life the same. Do you see now? Do you see that Stanley was already dead from the moment he hit start?
Oh my god, are you kidding me? Filing cabinets. We got some office computers here. Everything is laid out. The office. Button sounds. Credits. I don't even know what this is. Maintenance room. I feel so lost. Boss's office. Office clock. What is this? Please help me.
Now look closely, Stanley. See how it's impossible for the player to do anything in this room. Perfect example of poor level design. When Stanley came to live, it's the kind of thing you pick up on intuitively.
Okay, that's really weird. Employee lounge. I need to get out of here. I don't know how. What is this? Okay. I'm gonna get out. Wait, freedom ending? This was the first incarnation of the freedom ending in the game's alpha. Countdown desk. Freedom ending. This is the freedom ending as it existed in beta. Wait, what? I'm so confused. Stanley's office. I'm so lost. All these, they lead back here.
Oh, look at these two. How they wish to destroy one another. How they wish to control one another. How they both wish to be free. Can you see? Can you see how much they need one another? No, perhaps not. Sometimes these things cannot be seen. But listen to me. You can still save these two. You can stop the program before they both fail. Push escape and press quit. There's no other way to beat this game. As long as you move forward, you'll be walking someone else's path. Stop now and it'll be your only true choice.
Wait, what? Really?
Whatever you do, choose it. Don't let time choose for you.
Oh my god, are you kidding me? Alright, I'm gonna leave it off here. But if you guys enjoyed this episode of the Stanley Parable, be sure to leave a like, leave a comment, subscribe if you haven't. As always, I should catch you on the next episode. Take care for now and see ya. Unbelievable. Unbelievable.